right. There we go. I think we're up and running now.
All right. Hello, everyone.
Phew. Hi. It's never a dull moment here in the Junior Senior Lounge, but thankfully we are here, and it's Pride Month, and happy Pride, everybody.
Happy Pride.
Yes, so tonight we're going to be kicking off Pride Month with some Pride-themed drinks. I myself will be making something that is called a Taste the Rainbow. So if you've ever wondered what it tastes like to be gay, mix up one of these drinks and you'll see it's delicious
and it's guaranteed to work, isn't it?
Oh, yes. And my beautiful husband here will be making a cocktail that was inspired by one of our fondest Pride memories. Mm-hmm. He is calling it the
Perry Puckett's Practically Perfect Pride Punch Cocktail. It was, in its original form, it was known as a fishbowl. We were out with our friend Perry Puckett one night and a group of other people over at one of the local watering holes, and they were featuring a drink called a fishbowl. And it actually came in a great big bowl, and it was this beautiful blue color, and it came with all kinds of straws, so you could have 4 or 6 or 2 or whatever number of people you want, all drinking it together. So the first one that we had, I think we had 4 straws, and we were all drinking it. And Perry was loving it, and so he ordered a second one, which came with 1 straw just for him. And
he probably thought we were all going to help him, but I think some of us had wandered off at that point. And what are you going to do when a drink's just sitting there?
So it makes you very giddy and happy, and it's refreshing. So it's kind of a perfect drink. I can hardly believe that this is already June. Having been teleworking and being at home now for all these months, in my mind, it's still March. So, yeah. Although it is getting warmer out, which is very nice. So, anyway, my love, have at it.
Alrighty. So,
step on this side here.
I have been getting more and more interested in these layered cocktails just because they're pretty fun to do, and it's kind of fun to learn about the different densities of these alcohols. I actually found a list online that actually shows it's a fairly comprehensive list, and you can look on there, and if you ever want to make your own layered drink and make sure none of the different alcohols will mix together, and you want to just sit on top of one another perfectly, you can consult this list, and it'll tell you, grenadine is one of your heaviest, so always start with that, and you can build up from there. So I might even post the link for that later on, just so you guys can see. That'd be good.
Yeah, because they said that water would be 1, and then anything that's heavier would be higher, so it might be 1.4, and things that are lighter would be lesser, could be 0.8, and so you just put them in order, and they should sit on top of one another. That's the theory.
Unless you want a drink that looks kind of purple and muddy, in which case just dump them in whatever order you want. It'll look fun. Yes, so I will be making a Taste the Rainbow. So while I'm telling you what this is all made of, Jeffrey will be manning the computer. So if you want to chat with him while he's doing all this, feel free to.
Fingers at the ready?
What's that?
Fingers at the ready.
Yes. So, of course, anytime you make a layered cocktail, you want to start off with a clear glass because you want to make sure you can actually see everything. For this particular one, we're going to start off with some grenadine. Again, that's pretty much what you always want to put as your bottom layer. That's going to be the heaviest. That's what's going to kind of let you build everything. It's the sand for your castle that you're going to be building on.
I'm wondering if we might want to put this on here so you could have a little platform.
Oh, there you go.
See that?
We've got our hand models now. Yes, so let's get some grenadine here. And I'm going to do just a...
Hi, Lenny. Here's the drink that you want with all the gay colors.
Yes, all your gay colors, Lenny, are going to be in this. So I'm going to do about a half an ounce of grenadine. You don't really need a lot because it's going to go quite a long way. It's very sweet. And the reason that you put this in before you put your ice is because you want to try to keep these layers as distinct as possible at first. You're going to mix them up a little bit later on, but for right now, just make sure they're fairly separate. Now, what I've chosen to do is I like to have alcohol in every single layer of my drink. That's not something that everybody likes, but I figure if you're going to be drinking it and mixing all this stuff up, and it's going to take you a while to do all this, so you might as well make sure every ounce has a little bit of fun in it. So I'm going to use some of this Kirschwasser, which is a cherry-flavored brandy. There's no color to it at all, so it's good to go ahead and mix in with the grenadine at the bottom. And I just put a little dash in there.
Oh, look how pretty that is.
It's very pretty. So the next thing that you want to do is you're going to start mixing some of your alcohols and whatever mixtures that you might want in there separately, so that when you pour them in, it's going to already be mixed up. You don't have to worry about stirring anything, so it's going to be already prepared for you. But something a little different here is that you're going to start off, after you put your grenadine in there, you want to start putting in some of your ice. And the reason you do this is if you wait till the end to put your ice in, dumping all that ice in there is going to cause all your colors to mix and merge, and it's not going to be as pretty as it could have been. So you want to go ahead and fill this up. Now the next thing you're going to do is get your Boston shaker, and I'm going to put in a 1-to-1 mixture of this orange juice. So first we're going to put in our orange juice here. And because alcohol is always our friend, I'm going to try using some of this Absolute Mandarin, which is a mandarin flavored vodka. If you don't have anything like this, you can just dump vodka right in there. I just figured this kind of citrus would go well with the orange juice. So again, we're going to do 1-to-1 mixture of this. Just going to give that a little stir. Now, you want to be very careful when you're pouring this layer in, because you want to make sure that you keep your definition in there to begin with. So I kind of use my spoon here just to help slow it down as I'm pouring it in.
Oh, look at that.
Wonderful.
All right.
And last but not least, a alcohol that every bartender should have. You want your blue curacao, because it's not really a fun, colorful drink unless you get this shot of blue in there with it.
Incidentally, if you put your spoon in there and gave it some gentle stirs, you could partially blend those layers, and so you could have the red on the bottom, maybe a little orange, and then a little yellow. Or if you want the pure layers, you could just leave it like this.
Exactly. So we're going to start with just the pure layers, and then we're going to put our spoon in there and see what happens when we try to mix them up a little bit. So again, I'm going to just kind of use the other half of my Boston shaker here. And I'm going to start by doing 1 part just plain old vodka. And you don't really need a lot of the blue curacao just to get that coloring in there. So I'm going to use about a 1/2 ounce in there. And once again, we're going to give that just a little stir to make sure everything mixes up well. And let's see if we can get another pretty little layer on here.
Just pouring that gently into the spoon. Ooh.
There you go.
How's that, Lenny?
You can see we got some nice layers in there. If you want, you can leave it like that. Or you can just kind of slide your spoon down the side and just give a little bit of agitation. And now you've got,
look at that,
this nice little gradient cocktail in there. Now, what I like to do is get yourself a straw.
This is one of those metal recyclable straws.
Yes, because we care about the environment here. So when you're taking a sip of this, I'm not going to say what I was going to say because we may have kids watching this drinking show. I don't know. But as you're sucking your straw, you want to pull it up so you get a sip of every single layer as you're going. You want to taste every bit of that when you're sucking, okay?
It's almost like kazoo style. Or trombone style.
All right, get a little taste of that.
All right. Ooh, and this is very cold.
Yes.
Oh, very delicious.
Yeah.
Very refreshing and
so one little hint, if you are going to have like your own pride party or something, I don't know if you're still planning on doing that with all the pandemic and everything going on. I guess things are opening up and they're allowing small groups of people to get together. So what you could always do, since it took a while to kind of mix these separate parts up, you could always get some bottles, pre-mix a lot of this stuff, and then as your guests come in, it's so much easier to just put in your grenadine, pick your next bottle that's already mixed, pour that in, and you can just start building your drinks as they come in. Nobody has to wait because nobody likes a bitchy queen that's waiting for her alcohol.
That's correct.
Well, I have made
wow, that's lovely.
A darn mess over here with all this.
All right, let me clean some of this up because I'm going to be reusing some of it here.
Well, I'll clean it up if you want to introduce your drink and talk a little about it. And so I will hand things over to my husband. I'll man the computer, and he'll get to mixing you up your next cocktail.
All right. Okay. So we're on to Perry Puckett's Practically Perfect Pride Punch Cocktail, which consists of a type of rum and some vodka and also blue curacao. So I'm glad this is already sitting out. Some sweet and sour mix, pineapple juice, and Sprite. So it's a variety of different things that we're going to put in there. So I will begin. Let me give you that.
You
and get the mixer here. Oh, thank you. So the first thing is a type of rum, and you can use a silver rum, you can use a clear rum. I'm going to use an orange rum because I thought that would go nice with some of the citrus flavor. So let's see, here it is. We've got Bacardi Original Orange Rum, and we're going to use 1 ounce. 1 ounce of that. And it's got just a little mild hint of orange in there. So it's quite lovely. And let's see. The next is vodka. So it calls for 1 ounce of vodka. So we'll put that in there. Any kind that you like. All right, and then 1/2 ounce of blue curacao for the color, of course. Oh, look at that. All blue. All right, 3/4 ounce of sweet and sour mix. And so this, as we've shown you in the past, you can just buy this, in the liquor store or even in the grocery store.
Now, if you wanted to make your own sweet and sour mix, how would you do that?
It's lemon and lime juice, isn't it?
I think.
And sugar?
Yeah, I think we've been using, I think it's simple syrup and lemon juice. Sounds about right. One part to one part.
All right.
And let's see, then we need some pineapple juice and Sprite.
So, 1.5 ounces of pineapple juice.
Or so.
Or so. And 1.5 ounces. Whoa! Fell on the floor, so that's what happens. 1.5 ounces, an equal amount of Sprite. All right, and now some ice so we can chill it right down. See, isn't that a pretty color? Very, very tropical.
Yes. Not unlike Tidy Bowl.
I think it tastes better.
Yes.
That's the theory, anyway. We got it nice and cold. As the namesake of this drink here would say, that Mama don't like her cocktails lukewarm. All right.
Nice and frothy with the
Frothy, yes.
Sprite in there.
Let's see, I'm going to get out a nice maraschino cherry to put in there. And I've got this lovely glass instead of a fishbowl. Let's see.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Now that's practically perfect right there.
It's practically perfect. And let's see, I want to put a cherry in there. Fish one of those out. Looks like these are the kind of the blue drinks, huh?
A little bit.
Let's see what this one tastes like. Oh, quite nice. I can see why you'd want to drink a few fish bowls of that.
Yes. Oh, that's very good.
And get giddier as the time goes on.
But really, the only way to truly have one of these is, again, get a party going, get yourself a nice big fishbowl glass cocktail glass.
Or fish bowl.
There you go. And just mix up a big
Batch.
big batch of this. Thank you.
Batch.
This is strong. What can I say?
But it's still pretty in all those layers.
Yes. But yeah, just mix up a big batch and bring all your friends over. And you probably don't want to drink out of the same straw right now. I guess if everybody had like a 3-foot straw, you could continue to social distance.
Yes.
While drinking from the same cocktail.
That sounds good.
I don't think the CDC would recommend that. But Dr. Miller says you're fine. Alcohol kills everything.
So have you noticed in tonight's broadcast all the pride elements that we have? You know, I've got my lei on of all different colors, and you've got your chain of different colors. You see they all turn around, all those different colors.
Yes.
Yes. And, of course, the bar lights, have you noticed that they have been rotating with all the different colors as we go on? So just watch for a second. You can see the colors changing. So I don't know what else we can do to gay it up for Pride.
Well, let's see. Well, I mean, this is probably a family station, so I don't think we can do anything like that. Lenny, let's see. How can I have 4 shots of Fireball and still behave in my favorite gay bar? I guess the answer to that question is, why would you want to behave? Part of being prideful is going out and letting your freak flag fly. That's somebody else's problem, not yours.
Right, and not being have.
No, don't
behave. Right, so don't behave.
I won't behave.
Yeah, you don't want to behave.
So yes, I don't know what the rest of the month will hold for us. I don't know if we're going to be sticking to the Pride theme or moving on to something else. It probably depends on what our taste buds feel like for that day. But again, if you have any suggestions on what we should be putting down our gullets, we're more than happy to take any suggestions you have.
And if you want, and if there's some techniques that you'd like to see, like we did the layered drinks today, I mean, we still haven't done flaming drinks or smoky drinks, or not that we would, but I mean, who knows?
Although, if it is Pride Month, we could definitely be doing a flaming drink next time. So
there you go.
We'll come up with something called the Fire Island, I guess. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. So, cheers. Happy
Cheers,
Pride.
everyone.
Thanks for watching. And our dinner should be arriving here in like 5 minutes. So we got to get going.
All right. Well, thank you for coming to Bar Curious, episode 6. We'd love to see you, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye, love.
No, I'm staying here.
Oh.
They're the ones leading.
Goodbye, folks.
Bye.